Hey y'all, welcome to NV Athletics. My name is Brock and today I'm going to take you through the general setup and functionality of the NV Rack. Well, the NV Rack comes out of the box ready to go. A couple of custom adjustments that you can make. You have the flat heads and you have the cone heads that you can attach and detach to each clamp mechanism. Now the reason we have these cones is they will fit inside any size of hole on the squat rack that you have, and we recommend using these if you want to cinch it tight and you know you're not going to move it around or up and down, or if you place it on the high point attachment, we recommend using the cones, otherwise the flat head attachments work for a very universal setup. Now the only other custom adjustment that you can make is if you untighten these 4 screws, and all you need to open and adjust the NV Rack is just a Phillips head screwdriver, and now I can move these up and down for whatever you have on your squat rack. Say you have safety bars, or for my example, I have these L brackets underneath, and I can raise these or adjust these as needed to make sure that they fit on any squat rack that you have. If you ever do have any, say, band pegs or any landmines that you do not want to take off, the NV Rack also can be placed on the inside of the squat rack, and all you would do is put this left hand unit inside the right brace, and all you would have to do is put the right one inside the left brace. You have it inside the squat rack, and it's going to work the exact same way. There's no hindrance at all. All right, so let's talk about how you utilize the NV Rack. You have these 4 levels of resistance. To change that levels of resistance, all you have to do is lift this lever up and you are good to go. Now this is increasing the resistance, or I should say the tension of the band that is going to be pulling down. So yes, it can be equivalated to poundages. Level 1 is going to be 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds on each side. Now that being said, it's going to feel a lot more than those equivalent poundages, so I would not go off poundages. I would actually go off percentages of your work set. So at level 1, and to decrease that resistance, all you have to do is slightly lift up on the handle and pull that trigger, and it's going to have a slow release down. Level 1, I would recommend using 80% of whatever your work set was going to be. So say I was going to do 100 pounds of 10 reps, I then would just go down to 80 pounds and do those 10 reps. Now level 2, I would recommend using 70% of whatever your work set would be. Level 3, you would use 60, and level 4, I would recommend using 50% of whatever your work set was going to be. Every single exercise might be a little bit different, but that is the best general guidance I can provide. Now, as far as the changes in the arm position, this is going to release out. You pull this pin out, and now it can be set at a medium position just in case you want to be closer to the squat rack or you want it to be slightly higher, or you have this high point position as well. And this can be used if you're going to use a lateral movement, or if anything just needs to be right underneath the rack, example for pull-ups or anything like that. And those are the different arm positions that you have at your disposal. The training philosophy to utilize with the NV Rack. The NV Rack, or non-bearing resistance, is ideally utilized as a supplementary form of resistance. Ideally, it's not the primary force. However, depending on certain weight or what exercise you're using, it might supply enough resistance for you to get that same work output. Now, I like using it with other forms of resistance, with barbells, with dumbbells, whatever other piece of equipment that you want to use. This is adding onto it to supply that extra consistent force that's going to increase the effectiveness of your lift and increase the safety of your lift as well. Now, another huge way to use the NV Rack is the angular force that it does supply. So choosing to step forward of the NV Rack or choosing to step behind the NV Rack, depending on which muscle group you want to recruit a little bit more, is going to be vital for your exercise routine. I could stand here and talk for days about the best ways to use the NV Rack or the versatility of the NV Rack, but make sure you check out our YouTube channel or our website to see all the different attachment pieces and the different exercises that you can utilize the NV Rack for.